lower prices.
Okay, we're live. Hey, how we doing? Welcome to this week's chat. I'm Dave Saavedra, and I got a special guest tonight, Joe Crane. So we'll wait for a few folks to get into the room, and then we'll start having a conversation about stuff. We have some pretty fun things coming up, and it should be going. And we'll get that mute button every week. All right, we got people coming. Welcome, Linda. Welcome, Cindy. All right. Hello, hello. Welcome to the room. You could see them popping in right here. And Cindy saying, hi, kids. They'll show you this. And showing Joe how to do FaceTime. So maybe he'll, or live Facebook. So we can probably get some live Facebook out of him sometime.
Maybe.
Maybe, as he says.
If and the weather be good.
If. Well, talk about weather. It's awesome here. I was coming from California where it's cold and it's nice and warm here. I could actually wear shorts if I brought some.
Well, Cindy, I see you have a lot of questions. Let me answer them. I don't know, Grasshopper. What do you think?
Give a few minutes and we'll get into the Q&A time and we'll chat a bit about stuff. Don't know if we can answer everything, but we'll give you the best answers we got.
And if we don't know, we'll make something up.
And Shelby just showed up. Hey, Shelby. Question mark Joe. Don't know what you're asking, honey. We're just goofing around, starting off the show. As you can tell, I'm in a different spot this week. And we're sitting on Joe's couch. Couch tripping with Joe and Dave.
Hoorah.
Hoorah. So, well, this week we've got an update on registrations. We're up to 82 at, 84. We're 10 or is it 12 above last year? 12 above last year. So this is a good thing. We're starting to get more registrations. Of course, there's going to be the last minute people, but
no.
Well, hopefully we'll get a lot of last minute people. But if you're not signed up yet for the event, go ahead and get signed up as soon as possible.
Like I say, register early and often.
And often, yeah, once a year. All right. So hey, welcome to the room, Denise. See, you just popped in. It's a new face in the room. What is the pencil drawing
Jeannie
behind
Snyder. Oh my God.
Hey, Jeannie Schneider. Cindy's asking about the painting behind me. This.
What about it?
That is a chalk painting.
No.
Or what is it?
It's oil.
Ask the artist.
It's oil. It was taken from the movie where Max von Sydow played Christ, and that is when he raised Lazarus from the dead. So I did a black and white painting of it.
And he did a fabulous job of it. The last time I was visiting here, I had seen it before. He told me he painted it, but the totality of it, when you see it up close and personal, it's really a nice, fine piece of artwork. So this over here, if we kind of move this thing over, we got Michael over on that side. So Joe does some museum quality art. And he also makes
Museum quality pottery.
Pottery, yeah. Museum quality pottery. Sorry, I got to adjust a little bit. You got to see my palm. See, it's not red. Oh, it is. My palm is red.
Debbie McGill.
Hey, Debbie McGill, welcome. So, anyhow, that is a nice piece. And maybe one of these days I'll fight Gabby for it. You never know. So, all right, Debbie McGill, let's say hi. Wave. Hi, Debbie McGill. So we're here in nice, humid San Antonio, Texas. And Joe doesn't notice that it's humid here, but I do. But I did bring my cowboy boots, so I kind of fit in. We went and picked up the RV around 4 or 5 o'clock today. Took a little while, so we were almost late coming in, but I got the RV driven over, and everybody, you can sing in a minute, honey. That was last week.
Take her.
We went and got the RV. I drove it. It was about a 45-minute trip.
Yeah.
And it ran like a kitten. So it's got a little jitter on the brake, and I'm going to bring it back to him. He said he can fix that. That's not a problem. And we'll be back on the road Sunday.
And it'll be out of my front yard.
Yes, it's been sitting in Joe's front yard since July actually. Not quite, because we were over at the other house for a little while.
Yeah, a month.
Fun. I don't have my signature cup. I forgot it, and I wasn't going to bring it on the airplane, but cheers. We got coffee, and everybody's happy. So, anyhow, let's see, where are we? We're at March, the last week of March, so we've got May, June. 2 months until we...
April, May, June.
3 months until... Yeah, okay. 3 months until we get to the event. Joe's better at math than I am, obviously.
Yeah.
Or months. It's been a
Dave
weird day.
is not a good example of public schools.
Actually, I might be the good example of public schools. You never know. I went to them. I didn't cut until I went to high school. And Brian just showed up. Hey, Brian. Good to see ya. Hope everything's going good over there. Barely talked to him ever. So, 3 months. I stand corrected. We have 3 months until we come together in Colorado Springs at the Elegante Hotel. And the dates are going to be June 26th through the 29th. And travel days will be the 25th and 30th. So get your room as soon as possible, and we'll all hang out there. You two are hysterical. Not really. We're kind of running around all day today. And we kind of lounged around this morning till about 3 or 4, and then we started getting things moving. But I got in here way late last night. So yeah, I kept Joe up past his bedtime, and he didn't get his nap, so he might be a little grumpy. Watch out. It'll be okay. Carol Murphy's here. Hey, how you doing? Right from across the room. From all the way across the room, here's Carol Felix. All right, so a couple of things I'd like to talk about as far as preparing for the event. We have the Shekinah blessings that we can do on Saturday nights or whatever night you choose to do your Sabbath. Don't forget to give out the wholeness blessing on a daily basis whenever you can, as well as the Shekinah. If you've been to any of the events, you can give the Shekinah blessing. The 50 gates is also something that we can go through in order to prepare ourselves to get to the event this year. It just basically helps you get, an idea where you are on your spiritual path, and then you'll be able to kind of get out of your own way. And as usual, I mess this thing up.
Well, what'd you touch it for?
I always touch it. Because you're not supposed to touch it. There it is. All right, Maria. Maria just showed up. Hello, Maria. That's Jordan Rupp's friend up in Oregon, if I'm not mistaken. Glad you made it. I saw that you had posted that you might want to come in. Hope you enjoy it. We're basically going to be talking about the work that Joe has been doing over the last 25 years. I've been involved with him for 24 years. So we've got a couple of things we can talk about. Do you have anything on your mind tonight, Joe? Anything you
No,
want to
my
talk about?
mind is a complete blank.
And as usual, mine is aglow. So, Eliona just showed up. Hey, all right, the gang's all here now. So, it's about 9 minutes after. I'm assuming Lee's going to show up late as usual. Give her my old wrist look. So, we don't have any real specific things to talk about, but if you guys have any questions, fire away. Hey, Eliana. There's Joe here, too. Joe says hi.
Hi. He had to pull my string.
The triloquist stuff. So, I haven't had a whole lot of time to go over too much about what I wanted to talk about this week. I had a couple of items that have come up. I was explaining what we can do before the event. Not only the 50 gates. If you don't have one of those, Joe's got them in stock. We'll get it mailed off to you as soon as you order it. You asked for it. I don't know what that means. There's nothing accommodating.
There was a heart that popped up over on the screen and went poof. So that might.
Well, that means somebody loves the conversation.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. You asked for it, whatever that means. So, probably questions. Maybe she's got some odd questions for us. She sometimes does, and mostly they're good. So. Okay, so along with the 50 gates, don't forget to tune your chakras. If you don't have the chakra forks, get a set. It's not a bad investment, and you can do all kinds of cool stuff. You're asking about the Power of 8 group. Okay, I'll let you know what the Power of 8 group is. It's something that somebody else is doing something with, and it has nothing to do with the Gathered Masters whatsoever. So I don't know how to answer anything about that. And Deborah has lost sound, or Eliona has lost sound. Did I hit mute? Can you guys hear me okay? Let's hit the thing over here. And I can hear me, so we're good. All right, so check your mute button, Eliona. They're easily tapped. I cannot hear sound, no problem. Debbie McGill hears me, so turn up your sound, dear. All right. I can't read that. Tana says she can hear us.
I can hear you online.
You're a new person. I don't know who you are. If we've met, I don't remember you, but welcome to the group, and I'm glad that you came along. All right, so back to what we're doing. So you could do obviously the house blessing for the Shekinah, Metatron blessing on each other, wholeness blessing for each other, 50 gates, tuning your chakras on a daily basis. Now, if you don't have the forks, you can meditate and get things in sort of a balance. It's not going to be exactly perfect, but you can bring things into a sort of a balance. But it would be best to just get the forks and tune your chakras. There's also, I believe there's a CD that is available for tuning the chakras. I know I saw one over here. Joe has those available. I think they're worth $12 or something like that, or $15. Something like that.
I'd
cheap.
have to look.
They're really inexpensive. It's just a 7-minute tape, and you can just plug it in and
It
tune
has
your
two
chakras.
things on it. One is a centering process, and then the next is balancing your chakra process.
Okay. Cindy's got a question. I got an email about a gatekeeper class taking place around the time we're doing our gathering. Is this related to us?
I don't know who's doing it.
That's the one that Gary and Greg Joseph are doing, and it's a gatekeeper workshop. I don't know what the big deal is about this gatekeeper thing with Gary and that. It really doesn't matter to me personally, because as far as I'm concerned, there's 11 gatekeepers that have been trained and tuned to the vibration to let you into the Da'oth. And they let you into that world. So yes, gatekeepers let you into another world, but it's into the spheres of the Sephiroth. And there's a lot of stuff surrounding that. And the last time...
Okay, wait a minute. We're getting a little confused here.
What?
Okay, a long time ago,
Sheila?
there was, Michael was talking about gatekeepers. All right, and that kind of got a little misconstrued as to where gate peoples were special and they needed to be trained. Well, no, that's not true. What a gatekeeper is someone who keeps the gates open to the knowledge that Michael has given. So, any of the masters who are sharing what Michael has taught to others is in actuality a gatekeeper. So there's nothing special about it other than you're a gatekeeper.
The other thing that I thought of when that came out was if you have a gate of grace in your yard, you're keeping a gate. So yes, you're a gatekeeper. So I hope that answers your question. The one time 5 years ago when it did come, no, actually it was 15 years ago when it came up the first time, Michael basically dodged Joe's question and said, we offer you the keys to the vaults of riches and Eden. And that was his answer. Basically, the angels are giving Joe the information that we need to do in order to have Eden back on the planet. And it's not like anybody's out of the loop or anything like that, or their opinions are any less than anybody else. It just, I don't know, if you're like me, I'm going to follow what Michael says. So you can take it to the bank usually. All right, so next, it does answer your question. Perfect. All right, onward.
What's next? Any other questions?
Any questions?
I will answer the questions.
And so Joe's going to Colorado next week to do a class on accutuning, okay? Now, this isn't just a small thing as far as classes go. This is a very super intensive
3-day class.
3-day class where you're going to come out of this mastering accutuning, okay? And you'll get a nice book that comes with it. I don't know what else comes with the class.
You get a bunch of stuff.
You get a bunch of stuff. Sign up for the class, you'll find out what comes with it.
And at the end of the class, I will know that you have been trained as an accutunist. So you will also be certified as an accutunist.
So you guys are kind of lucky. So you
can go out and do the work.
That's right. You guys are lucky. We had to take the long road to this. I wish I could have done a weekend class. I've been studying it forever and a day. But anyhow, I highly recommend it. There's only a few spots in it, so if you can swing it, go for it. And the information's on beatpeace.net, as well as on the events of angelicgate.com. So,
and, of course, if you have any questions, call me.
Yep. Give him a call. He will probably ignore it and maybe call you back. No, I'm kidding. He'll call you back. I'm terrible, huh? He only ignores my calls when he's busy. So, anyhow, what happened to our screen here?
I don't know.
That's all right. Not a problem. We're getting through it.
Does anyone have anything else?
Yeah, we're back on track. Okay. Oh, that's good. Okay, nothing. It takes a second for the questions to pop up, or sometimes the delay. There's a delay like when you're talking on the phone. Like a radio.
40-second delay.
Yeah, 40-second delay, maybe more. So, anyhow, okay. Now, we've talked about what this year's event is going to be about, okay? Normally, we have a whole lot of stuff that we've planned beforehand, and we, make our provisions, and Joe gets a lot of stuff together and delegates where he can, gets the people that do what they do, because we have registration people, we have people that deal with the hotel, we have people that deal with other masters wanting to come, and then we have a volunteer group, and they meet every month or so. So we'll be continuing that. I'm also Cindy is asking a question. I'm also curious about the weird energy spikes happening. More than the past. Do you have any insight?
Just more questions.
It says, do you have any insight? I get it over here, too. I have two screens up. Energetically, when people sign up for the event, every year, it changes the energy of the planet because you people are committing to going to be at cause, okay? So things start happening. Yes, the universe starts aligning. The world starts aligning to see that you are safely brought to where you desire to be, okay? So as soon as you sign up and make the commitment to go to this thing, all kinds of stuff happens. Now, let's say you haven't signed up and you're feeling energy shifts. well, you're probably going to sign up. Or you're sensitive and you can feel what's actually happening, and you're being invited to come join in so that we can be at cause and create a world that works for everybody. This year's going to be a little bit different. Now, I wasn't there during the visit. I read it a couple of times. But I know the guy that was there. And he saw a valley where they were preparing to get to come and be with us. I don't know. You didn't see too much detail in that, did you?
No.
It was off in the distance, like you're looking down at a bunch of people in tents.
Are we talking about
the last visit that you had?
the last visit? Okay.
When you were cruising down
Yeah.
the thing, and you had set the stones in the ground, and they were charging them, and at that time the skies kind of cleared up, the fog kind of lifted, and you were able to see the valley. And then you went on to the Metatron tent where they did the tuning stuff and whatever. You didn't talk to him this time. You were outside, right?
In the last visit?
Yeah, you didn't talk to him.
Yeah, I talked to him.
Oh, okay.
Not much.
Okay. So, anyhow, no, you talked to Michael. I meant Metatron.
No.
Okay. It's Metatron 10. You've only been there about 5 or 6 times, right?
Yeah. Metatron doesn't talk to me. He tells Michael what to say to me.
That's right. And then the few times that they did talk, it wasn't verbal speak. It was speak to me with your mind. And he was told not to speak the first time, and he did. And then we had to wait another year to go get the rest of the conversation. So, anyhow, this is big stuff. It's not a small thing that we're dealing with, okay? Now, a lot of times you think that, since people have been involved in this for a long time, we know more than somebody else. We don't. We're stumbling through this just like everybody else, trying to figure out what it is that we can do to be a cause so that we can get together once a year. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm not stumbling through.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the masters. You're the guy that gets to type all the stuff out. That's your job. That's it. You send the stuff out to us, and we're the ones that get to have all the freak out moments.
Yeah.
So, that's what I'm talking about, because we do. We will take the time to read this stuff. It would also be wise to take the time to follow what they're giving you, like utilizing the oils to help bring balance to your body, utilizing the tuning forks to help settle your mind and calm your everything. So,
See, it's like, talk about energy amps up or energy's a little weird or something like that. Well, like Dave was saying, we're like 12 people more that have registered than last year. Well, here's one of the things that you need to understand. It's like, okay, we've been given information by Michael and the other angels as far as what it is we're going to be doing. Okay? Well, here's what happens. Oh, we're having a conference. As long as it's, we're having a conference like a good idea, it's just a good idea. And when people register, it stops being a good idea and starts being a creation, which we, as the masters, are about having take place. As we begin to create, that energy begins to flow. And in some instances, people are picking up on that energy and feeling it. And, I don't know that I would use the word weird energy. I would probably use the word interesting energy. I walked into the kitchen the other day, and I have this rack that hangs above my island in the kitchen that I hang the pots and pans on. I walked into the house, and the pots and pans were rattling. And it's like, I thought that Randall's girlfriend maybe got a pot or something, and it caused everything to move. But she didn't. And I couldn't figure out, why are these pots and pans moving? So there's energy that takes place that is beginning to affect us. Or, I don't know that I want to say affect us as much as I want to say get our attention.
Well said. The thing is we're always looking to somebody else to explain to us what we can explain ourselves. Feel. Get in tune with yourself. Figure out what's going on with you. Why are you looking outside of yourself to tell you how you're feeling when you're the one that's feeling it? Okay? We are sensitive beings, and we have things happening to us, and we have a lot of things happening. And the world is changing dramatically, and you are on the cusp of this huge change. So if you're to look to anybody for any answers, I would look to yourself, because there's no answer until you make a move. If you do something about this work, something's going to happen. It's just that simple. It's very simple, and it's almost too simple in some cases because we're not satisfied with the absolute simple answer. But what we can do is just sit back and watch. We've been suggested to watch. So, yeah, it'll get your attention, and that's what it's meant to do. Cindy says, well, it got my attention. And, that's what the angels have been doing forever and probably 2 days. So, we keep looking to someone outside of ourselves. Like, this person knows something about this, so we need to regard him with this. Or this person knows something about that. And, we need to fawn all over. No, you don't. If you're going to fawn all over anybody...
Be it me. Let it be me.
Screw
Let
it be. He says, your eminence will work when you screw up his name. Anyhow, lift yourself up to that greatness, because that's how you are. You are a great person. And you can do wondrous things. And I've seen you guys do wondrous things. We've been to 18 of these now. This will be number 19. 2003 was the first one. So this will be number...
I don't know.
19. I'm going to go with 19 because it's 16, 17, 18. 18th one. All right. So there's my math. I'm very good at it, as you could tell. Follow me around like a little lost puppy dog now. All right. Reaching out and hugging. Excellent. Excitement is in the air. Yes, it is. This is a very exciting time. And we have an opportunity that only comes by once a millennium. The last time this opportunity came by was probably 2,000 years ago. And we have a lot of biblical scriptures that have been changed and altered and written in such a way that it only suits certain people's needs. And leaves everybody else to be the worker bees. Well, you're not all worker bees. You guys are co-creators with the universe. You put something in your mind and you can see it. The next thing you know, you can hold it. We're powerful, okay? And when you start getting out of the I can't do it part to I don't know if I can to okay, yes I can. Things change dramatically. Like last year in June, my RV broke down. It's now sitting back in the yard fixed. I don't know how it happened. I
do.
Well,
Joe called a mechanic and said, hey, can you please fix Dave's RV?
Yeah, 6 months after it was stuck here. It's the same mechanic that's been here like how many times? So anyhow, all right, so we're not going to fight like old men anymore. Old ladies. Anyhow, yeah, we got it fixed. But anyhow, it was more of a... Now, manifestation is when it starts to come into fruition. Now, how does manifestation start? How does it happen? You remove the lack from your consciousness and you allow it to be. Because we're so trained in lack, we allow ourselves to miss out on opportunities. And manifestation is simply allowing ourselves that opportunity rather than saying, I can't, or I won't, or I don't. That's what it is. At least that's how I feel. Over the years, it's been that way. Yes, your heart is a very sacred space, and everything that you do is sacred. Everything is sacred. We can get lost in that sacredness if we just concentrate on how sacred everything is, and then we'll alienate everybody outside of that circle. So concentrate on who you are, what you're doing, and be who you are. Yes, miracles happen. Do we need to notice every single one of them? No, because then you're too busy noticing all that. Notice what you're doing so that you can move forward in life. desire, concentrate on what you desire. You can see it in your mind. You can hold it in your hand. I can guarantee that. So, back in 2005, we were given the secrets of manifestation, which is basically the same thing that Ken's doing in the book, just a little bit more expansive. And, it's the same exact thing. Abraham Hicks has been doing manifestation for 40, 50 years. We've got all the other groups out there that have been doing it. And the consensus is you don't lack anything. Plug into what you desire. Let the lack set aside. And then you can move forward in everything. So, any other questions? Preach it, Professor Dave. I like that nickname. I like it a lot. So, what are you thinking, Joe?
I'm waiting for some questions.
Oh, I'm too busy talking. Preaching. Not preaching. I speak from my heart. I expound. I'm passionate about this, and I speak from my heart. And I've taken a lot of time to concentrate on what I'm doing with this so that I can make sense of it. And it seems that the conclusions that we've made might help you guys too. And it's not like it's an end-all be-all. I don't know everything. Bloody no. No, I'm being reminded on a daily basis that I have got a lot to learn. And we need to get out of our own way so that we can have what we want. That's what it really comes down to on the planet. We've been out of balance for so long. We just need to get out of our way so we can have what we want. And got a couple little tools that might help. Swipe this from somebody today. Remember in the visit where they were talking about? Did. It's got a price tag on it. I'm getting it. No. All right, so anyhow, remember the stone? Okay, so I want you guys to take a good look at it. Where's my rock hounds? Joe forgot what kind of stone it is, so he can't order anymore. Anyhow, that's what it looks like.
I can order more.
He can order more.
I won't get them for a year, but
if we can find out what they are, we can get some sooner. So get them charged before the event is what my thinking is. So, okay, Cindy Parfit is saying there are more and more gatherings and conferences happening now. Will this eventually be counted as the 144,000? Okay.
I don't know, Grasshopper. What do you think?
Larimar? Debbie McGill says possibly Larimar. We'll look into that. Okay. I should probably open a notepad. Where did the 144,000? Okay, you're getting a little... There are more and more gatherings and conferences happening now. Okay, so gatherings, now are you talking about people getting together and doing spiritual work? Because that's not a gathering. A gathering, as Camael said in 2005, it was in March, she said, a gathering is a servant and 7 masters. No more, no less. So if it's not what we're doing, probably not. Are they getting trained? I don't know. Michael's talking to whoever is going to listen to him. But as far as where we're at, we get the information from, or Joe gets the information from Michael and he sends it out to us. And we get to do what we do with it. And I hope you just follow the instructions and don't think you need to get all colorful with it, because it kind of ends a little differently than what you want. You're not going to get the soup you want. So, I've been asked to get one. Okay, so you need to get one.
We're researching it.
We're researching it. We'll figure it out. He's got his best research guy on the case right now, so. Actually, I just started the research. Here it is again. I want you to look at it. I'll take a picture of it and post it on the site. And we'll figure out what it is, and we'll get Joe to get it, and we'll see if Michael will come along and take it up to the Metatron tent for tuning. So, because this is not the same as one that you would go and buy at a store. This one actually got tuned in the angelic realm. Michael had requested that these stones come with us, or with Joe, not us. Actually, when Michael talks to Joe, he's actually talking to everybody. If you remember back in 2003 when he was talking about the visit, you know, that Steve was saying something about knowing when Michael was going to come. And other people were having ideas of Michael's going to come and stuff like that. But when Michael speaks, he's talking to Joe, he's talking to everybody. When he also said that when I say your name, Joe, he says everybody else's name at the same time. Boy, that's a trick I want to see, man. That one's a cool one. But I wonder if it sounds like all antiquated and weird. Maybe not, because it's a harmonious universe that we live in. All right, so Cindy Parfit says no retorts marked as gathering or conferences. Yeah, I don't know. There are other groups out there wanting world peace. There are, people meditating for peace. You got people, coming together in different groups. They're on their paths. This is all one big happy family. So I don't know if they're going to join us later or what's happening, but from what I remember from the first visits was what Michael said was when you have 144,000 masters that have been gathered, standing in oneness at the same place, same time, same breath, same heartbeat, turning the key at the same time, you will have heaven on earth. So it didn't say you're going to have it over here and over here and over there. So, and we have tried to bring groups in before, and it, sometimes it works out, sometimes it's not so fun. But the main thing is all of the work that Michael has for you to do, you, not me, not him, but you to do is within the visits, okay? Nobody else can do it but you. And they wouldn't ask you to do this work if you were not capable of doing it, okay? So, any other questions? Hubby's watching. Ah, goody. He's going to send a joke in a minute. Yay. And,
I got a good joke.
oh, no, he does not. No, we're not doing that joke. Not on my show, buddy. I'll tell you later in person. But at the event, if you want to hear Joe's joke, come and see him. But you got to go to the event to see it. All right. Debbie McGill. Will all gathered masters have an angel assigned to them, or just those who attend the conference?
Just those who attend the conference.
You got to be there to participate. This is a participation thing. Participatory thing. We always have somebody wanting to have, like for the first few years, they're like, we had an individual that wanted to have these groups all over the place joining in with us. And Michael said, yeah, they can join in with us. It's not going to add or subtract to what we're doing. Okay?
Listen, here's the thing. And it's kind of just human nature or what we as human beings are thrown to. And it's like, we want to get as much as we possibly can with as little effort or dedication as possible. So one of the things in this is, there's an old saying I like. It's, if the mountain will not come to Mohammed, Mohammed must go to the mountain. And what that means is, Mohammed has to take an action. Mohammed has to be involved. So it's more than just wishing or wanting or gathering the fruits that many other masters have worked for to bring about. Does that make sense?
It does to me. I have a shorter version. Wish in one hand and crap in the other, and see which one fills up first. It's a physical thing. You can't just sit here and teleport yet. You haven't gotten that. So I like his better, but it's a little nicer.
And Michael said before, those that are closest to the fire get most of the warmth.
Gather the most warmth. So we're going to, go get your marshmallow toasted. It's not going to happen if you're living in Bangor, Maine, and you're trying to get your marshmallow toasted from Colorado Spring, Colorado, which is about 2,000 or 3,000 miles away. It ain't even going to get warm. So, it's a be there or be square kind of thing. So if you can, here's how I do it every year, and I've explained this before. I place in my heart what I desire, and my desire is to go to the event, okay? And every year I go. There are some times that I have had to reach out and ask for help. Don't be so don't be afraid to ask for help. No, we're not going to pay your way. We're not going to give you carte blanche all the way. No one's going to do that. That would be foolish. That would mean that you didn't work for what you got. And it's not going to mean anything to you. It's like giving everything away for free. You can't do that. I've talked to Reiki healers. Oh, I do Reiki healing for free. I'm like, well, okay, you're like 68 years old, retired, and set for life. I'm 20. I was in my 20s, and I needed to charge for what I did. I don't have a retirement I rely on. So get out there and do something. So Eliona says, let's get toasted. Well, we're going to Colorado after the event. Knock yourselves out, kids.
He's talking about marshmallows.
Oh, darn. Okay, yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, let's get toasted. All right. Did you know that Beethoven... Yeah. Marshmallow toasted? Is that what you kids call it nowadays? That's not a joke, Jim. No, it's an analogy. It's like we used the baking of a cake analogy in the beginning, and a lot of people, wanted to use... They didn't understand that analogy. It's like doing a gathering is like baking a cake. If you use the ingredients that Michael gives you, you will have the end result that you seek. If you take something out of that, you're not going to have it. If you add something to it, you're not going to have it. If you follow the instructions and just go with what was given...
Let me clear something up here about the toasted. Dave, after Michael said, the closer you are to the flame, the more heat you will gather. And Dave said it's like a marshmallow. If you take the marshmallow and put it into the flame, or real close to the flame, the marshmallow will be toasted. But if you're like a few hundred or many hundred miles away from the flame, it's not going to toast that marshmallow. So when someone said, let's get toasted, what they were saying in essence was, let's come to the conference and get close to the flame. Has nothing to do with getting high.
I know, I was just joking anyway. All right, so here we had a question come up. So, is the formation different this year?
Yes.
It's different every year. Every year it's different. No 2 years are alike. You see how it's different is there's going to be different people there. There's going to be more of some and less of others. So, we don't know. Every time it's different. Every single time.
Oh, I love this one.
Yes, Joe, that's what I meant. Okay.
This one I love.
What?
What type of angel will be assigned to us? Will it be... Will they be archangels? Yes, no, and maybe. See, I don't know. I've been saying this for years. I don't know if anybody ever listens to me. But I'll say it again. Angels are angels are angels. Period. There is no hierarchy in the angelic realm. Now,
not a one.
Well, what about throne angels and choir angels and archangels and so on and so forth? Well, here's the thing. All of that came from the humans or man, because man understands there is an order, and in that order there is a hierarchy. So you got like kings and princes and dukes and duchess and marquises and
danes
and so on. Okay? Man has given the angels a hierarchy or a structure. That's okay, but that ain't the way that it is in the angelic realm. In the angelic realm, angels are angels are angels, and they will show up to you in whatever form they need to, such that you get what it is that they're trying to help you with or guide you with. So, you know, some people think, oh, well, I would rather have an archangel as my angel than a cherubim, which is another thing. The cherubims, you know, the little fat baby type angels with the little wings that fly around and so on. Man made that up. That's not what a cherubim is. In the olden days, the cherubim were huge, okay, powerful, strong angels, so much so they were sent by God, you ready for this? To guard the gates of Eden. Now, I'm sure, I mean, if you look at this as a philosophical or comparison, you know, you have to think, well, geez, you know, if I had a yard and I wanted to keep people out of it, you know, would I have an English Mastiff or would I have a bunny?
Ironically, English Mastiffs used to guard the gates. So.
Yeah, no. So it's like, that's the way that it is. You know, and it's like, holy be Jesus.
Hi, Wendy.
I'm going to be at a conference. And at that conference, I'm going to have an angel assigned to me. An angel. Now, it's like, well, I don't know if I want that kind of an angel.
Can I write him off on my taxes?
It's like, it's an angel that's going to be there to assist you and guide you throughout the rest of your life. Who cares what kind it is? Because whatever kind of label man has put on it, that's really much less than what an angel really is.
You see, if you want to talk about hierarchies and angels, guess what? You're higher than an angel. In 2012, Michael explained to Joe about our participation with each other. He said, ever since the humanity became the affection of God's love, we bowed to you. We longed to bond with you as one. So, in the first parts of the visits when Joe was getting them, he was told not to bow to the angels.
Or kneel.
Or kneel, because he did take a knee one time and it was kind of passing out. And they said, Shekinah said, don't do that. Don't kneel before me. They kneel before us, okay? And it's not like we're higher up than them. We can do something they can't. We can make stuff. This. You ever see an angel with a computer mouse? No. You'll see a human with one because we can make this stuff. We can't, they don't do cars. They don't do airplanes. They don't do art. They don't do all of that stuff. We're the ones doing it. So, again, you're the one with the power. Have power. Okay, Sheila is asking, what about the so-called guardian angels? Okay, so,
what about them?
Is there more to that? Do we get an extra?
Sure.
Absolutely. You have the angels you were born with.
Listen, one of the things you need to understand is when you take your first breath and you're born into this life and the soul enters the body, you have 3 angels. Okay? You have your guardian angel for protection. All right? Then you have your you have another angel that teaches you. Okay? And then you have another angel that, God, I can't remember what that is.
It'll come to you.
Michael talked about it once. Dave, you should know. It's in one of the writings somewhere. But Michael
Maybe
talked
very
about
early writings, or it's a conversation.
But
you guys
anyway,
had.
when
I
we're
don't remember
born,
this.
we each get 3 angels. One to guard, one to teach, and one to do something else. And I can't remember what that is.
Keep you from killing yourself. Keeping Joe from killing me. I don't know. Anyhow, here's the bottom line in all of this. You have angels. There's lots of angels. There's more angels than you can even imagine. And what we're tasked with here is bringing balance back to the planet that we're on, okay? So that we can hang out with the rest of the universe, the one song out here that we're still within. So we're back to, would it be important if you had an archangel, or would it be important if you had another guardian? It's not important. What's important is how you get to move through this life and create a world that works for everybody. Because this ain't just for me, it ain't just for Joe, and it ain't just for you. It's for everybody. We all get to be in participation here. So, angels are angels, and human beings are human beings. The way Michael explained it early on was, in the beginning, there was a choice made. And the ones that chose to stay at home and be one with God are what your kind calls angels. We chose to come into this third dimensional realm and exist here, okay? So that's the difference. Angels are angels, and we are we. We're human beings. Human, an upward standing being, and being, that's what we do on this planet. We are being with each other, being alone, being human. So, there's a lot to it, and it's quite simple if you look at it. It's really quite simple. And that's the part where we get tripped up, is we want more information about something that we've already been told about. So, anyhow, that was a fun little rant. That's it. Yeah, and we always get things like, that's it? That's all? Yeah, that's it. Sun comes up over there. Sun goes down over there. That's it. Every single day. You count on it. Every single day. So,
Unless it's cloudy and then you don't notice.
Well, it gets lighter a little bit, kind of, maybe. All right. I finally got Jim's little joke that he likes to tell every week. He says, I used to have a job translating Greek into Braille. It feels like ancient history. Just keep your day job, Jim. That's all I got to say about that. Keep your day job, baby. All right, so. All right. Let's see, where are we time-wise? Wow, this hour has come and gone. Man, we are just breezing through this whole thing. Let's see here. I can get the whole question here. Then why do they come to teach and educate? Who, the angels? Because there was a period of time where we allowed the Satan to come in, okay? Is it Satan or Satan? Satan, okay? It's an ancient Hebrew word, and it means selfishness or selfish fool or ego.
Ego.
Yeah. It has to do with your ego. Your ego is, it's all about me, or me, 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 me. We have a great example of that going on right now. So, just turn on your news and you'll see me all over the place. And that's what me gets you. It's not fun. It ain't fun for me, and it ain't fun for you. So let's just, let's do this work and see what we can do with it. We're a long way away from where we need to be. We're sitting here trying to figure out how to get a couple hundred people into a room where the actual ultimate goal is to have 144,000 people standing in oneness. How are we going to do that? Well,
one step at a time.
One gathering at a time. I heard someone say last year at the
Good night, Debbie. You have a
Debbie.
good evening. Miss you, love you, see you later.
Good night, Debbie. 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 Good night, So anyhow, gatherings are where it's at, and that's the root of the tree. You know, the gatherings builds the stalk of the tree, and then the branches and the leaves and the fruit. The fruit are the masters, okay? So, you know, build that tree large and strong so we can get this thing. And, you know, stop having to worry about what everybody else is doing and start concentrating on what we're doing and sharing in this abundance that we have right outside of your door. There's no lack out there. The only lack is what we think we have, you know? Okay, Linda Edwards. Okay, I feel the angels assigned. I feel the angels assigned. It is for us to minister God's love, teaching us joy, peace, and considering patience and those blocks of His love. Yeah, she's been showing us stuff for years, but you know, it's about us getting out of our own way, and you can get through a lot of this simply by reading the Book of Bricks. The Book of Bricks will help you get through a lot of the challenges that you're having, all of the challenges that you're having on Earth. It's a manual. It's a guide. And the gate is as a compass. It'll, you know, it's north, south, east, west, you know. Where are you at in the gate? What key are you using? You know, there's 7 keys, okay? And we can use those keys. And if you'd like, I can go through the 7 keys real quick.
But not today.
Okay, not today. We're running out of time. Anyhow, you can find the 7 keys on angelicgate.com. On the left-hand side, it says 7 keys. All of that information is there. Let's see here. I got it. Be there. I don't know about Jim. Hey, you know, it's a calling. It's about, you know, like Michael said in the beginning, many are chosen. Few will choose. Be one of the few. Don't be one of the many. So, you know, you can do this thing. All right, so it looks like we're coming up on our hour. I think we covered a lot. Sign up for the event. Go to beatpeace.net. You can sign up on angelicgate.com. I don't care which site you do it, because both of those links go directly to Joe so that we can get you guys, you know, on the roster to be there. And as far as, you know, how the event's going to go this year, it is not going to be like any other event that we have ever had, okay? It's not going to be the same ever. It never is. The only thing that's the same is the work that we need to do. Okay? All right. This was awesome. Thank you, Eliana. I think I had a pretty good time, too. I like this guy. I don't know why. I like this guy. He's okay. So, all right. So today we have March 28th. Okay? So next week we will be joining on April 4th. Same gathering time. Same gathering channel. And as always, my blessings, my gifts, my deeds are of you. Bless your heart.